Welcome to the DSU Permanent Collection, currently on display at the Greenville Arts Council. In this exhibition, we have 15 artists with 24 works. The first artist is Andhra Bucci, who is originally from Vicksburg, Mississippi. Andhra Bucci's paintings are deeply rooted in the themes of abstract expressionism. The current work on the screen is titled Woman in White Dress, with red decoration. It's all on paper, mounted on plywood. The second work from Andhra Bucci is a nude figure of a woman. It is all on canvas. When you look at Bucci's style, you can sense a sense of simplicity. It kind of reminds the viewer a feeling of quilt work because of the flatness of each pattern and shape. The third artwork from Andhra Bucci is The Woman in Blue Dress. It is all on canvas. It's about 34 to 26 inches. When you compare with the previous work, there's a little bit more exploration of the surfaces, more variations of color, and the abstract expressionism style can also be observed a little bit more in this work, through the looseness of the brushstrokes on the surface. Bucci's works are usually described as fresh, uplifting, and energetic. Our artist Gerald Deloach from Alligator, Mississippi, he studied with Sami Britt and moved to Prevaston, Massachusetts in 1969 and studied with Henry Hinchy. In this work titled Delta Landscape, it's on pastel, 18 inches by 28 inches in size. You can clearly see the depth of the surface and the variations of cool colors on this work. Henry's Garden, again from Gerald Deloach, is an exploration of the painting medium. It appears to be done with a palette knife. It's 26 by 29 inches in size. The study of light is evident in this work. Alongside with Gerald Deloach, now we see the work of Sami Britt, who has taught and practiced art of seeing, of painting and color, through the language of limitless light keys. Sami Britt, like Gerald Deloach, also worked with Henry Hinchy in Cape Cod School of Art in Provincetown, Massachusetts. Sami Britt dedicated his life teaching at Delta State University for over 35 years. He has been very active in the community and very much loved by his students. The work of Lucy Webb Millsaps, who was another Mississippi artist from the Delta, who was born in O'Reilly, Mississippi. She graduated from Cleveland High School and studied in Tulane University, and went to Rhode Island School of Design. She taught at All Saints in Vicksburg and Delta State University. In this work, which is a print, he's depicting scenes from the winter. Mary Hall, who taught art in Hillman College in Clinton, Mississippi. She also taught African American school children in College Park Clubhouse in Jackson, Mississippi. He was a member of the Mississippi Art Association and received gold medal in 1920. She's a very well-known artist. And in this painting, titled Distant Ruins, It's in the abstract expressionism style and dated in 1969. Our next artist is William Dunlap. He's the most important and celebrated painters of the Southern art. He chooses subjects from the scenes in the Delta, and he depicts them as unreal, but can be real. His work was exhibited in various collections, including the Metropolitan Museum of Art and National Gallery of Art. This work, titled Cow and Broccoli, it's acrylic on canvas, 25 by 35 inches in size. Richard Kelso was born and grew up in Cleveland, Mississippi. After graduating Cleveland High School, he attended Delta State University, studying under Sami Britt, and he earned his degree in 1970. During his time, he also studied painting under Henry Hitchie at the Cape Cod School of Art in Provincetown, Massachusetts. After serving in the military, he attended the University of Mississippi, earning his MFA in painting in 1980s. He's a very active artist, and this work, titled Turnips, is done in pastel, 27 by 12 inches in size. Another work with Lucy Webb Millsaps is the lithography. It's a very much stylized approach of drawing, and a very simple coloration is applied. It's 18 by 18 inches in size. Our next artist is Carl Wolfe. Carl Wolfe was born in 1903 in Brookhaven, Mississippi. He grew up in Columbia, Mississippi, and graduated from the Chicago Academy of Fine Arts. Wolfe was a portrait painter. He worked with stained glass, mosaics, and terracotta. In this work, which appears to be an incomplete work, but you can still appreciate his brush strokes and his applications of color. This work is titled Sketch of a Doro Wealthy. It's all on canvas, 12 inches by 18 inches in size. Very well-known artist Walter Anderson, born in New Orleans. And he studied art in Parsons School of Design, and worked and created art in New York as well. He moved to Ocean Springs, and he really embraced natural life and the wildlife around the region. He's very well known for his works in Horn Island, and this is a watercolor work titled Shells, 1977, 9 inch by 21 inches in size. The skill of Mary Hall is evident in this drawing. It's a head study, dated 1912. It's a pencil on paper, 17 by 21 inches in size. The skill level can clearly be observed, the attention to the detail. And it's kind of contrasting to the previous painting we saw, which was in a more of an abstract expressionist style. Another work from Lucy Webb Millsaps. The title is unknown. The work is dated in 1969. It's a drawing, 21 inches by 22 inches in size. You can clearly observe the gesture marks and the simplicity and the directness. Very much of a stylized drawing, but it's beautifully positioned and placed. A work from William Bill Dunlap is titled Late Night Winter. It's 14 and a half inches by 82 inches. It's a very long work. It appears to be done in a watercolor. Again, the scenery is from the Americana. Very open painting, and the contrast of the skyline with the whiteness of the earthy landscape. Our next artist is Marina Marine. He's an Italian sculptor, painter, draftsman, and printmaker. He studied in the Accademia di Belle Arti in Florence, joining in 1917. He worked with engravers and the painters. Cagliocini. He drew small objects from life, such as flowers, birds, and insects. And he also modeled and painted. This work, called Rider, is a lithograph, 84th edition of the 200, 23 by 30 inches in size. Gerald Deloach, next painting, titled Harris Bayou Evening, Twilight. It is dated 1988, 22 by 27 inches in size. The study of light and color clearly can be seen. The variations from one form and the planes of color. They're beautifully connected and they create a beautiful harmony. Our next artist is Maxine Halcomb. He was a 1931 graduate of Delta State Teachers College and held a Master's of Arts degree from George Peabody College. Mrs. Halcomb taught school in Skene and was Director of Art in Greenville Public Schools. She began full-time employment as Assistant Professor of Art at Delta State in 1961. Here are the two works from her, The Last Ditch, which we just previously viewed, and The Plantation Life. They're both drawings with pen and pencil. Our next artist is Bill Beckwith. Beckwith owned and operated Vulcan Studios Foundry in Mississippi. It was the first commercial fine arts bronze and foundry from 1976 to 1986. Very active artist, really well known around the region. This work, called Boogeyman, 1981. It's a bronze, 8 inches by 5.5 inches in size. Walter Anderson not only done watercolors, but he also worked with ceramics too. You can clearly observe the natural patterns that he drew on this piece. This is a ceramic bowl dated 1974. It's about 13 inches in size. And the next work, also from Walter Anderson, Ceramic Cat. It is dated 1970, 12 inches in size. Again, the natural pattern, and then Walter Anderson's obsession with drawing and the natural forms are clearly be observed and seen in this piece as well. Formerly kind of close to Bill Beckwith's sculpture, Marvin Brewer. This is a bronze figurative work. It's about 6 inches by 6 inches and 25 inches in height. Very intricate biomorphic forms, very fluid motion of the figure is present.